Many people are alarmed by the vast amounts of whites who are reacting strongly against immigration policies and who are pushing for mass deportation. They see this as white people being racist and bigoted and prejudiced, and they're trying to call them out for it. And they see Trump as a person who's propounding this racist ideology and taking us right back to 1930s Germany. But I don't believe that's really what's going on. I think what's going on is much more subtle, much more nuanced. When you think about it, this is necessary. Consider white people's position in this world. There aren't a lot of white people compared to, let's say, Africans or Asians even. White people occupy Europe, North America, Australia. That's really about it. But in their countries, many foreigners from Africa, East Asia, Southeast Asia, basically all over the world are coming into their countries. And what is essentially happening is their countries are fundamentally changing in terms of their culture and in some ways their governance style. Now, whites feel that they're losing control over this country. And it's not merely to control the country so they can subjugate other races of people, but it's to understand that this is a place that they can call home. Keyword, home. Let's use an analogy. Suppose you have a house, and suppose you were very kind and you allowed people to stay in your house. These are people who don't live here. They might pay rent, they might not pay rent, doesn't matter. They come in your house. They don't live with you originally. And suppose that you say, well, these are the ground rules of the house and you have to abide by it. Or suppose they say, well, no, we don't want to abide by those rules. We have our own rules that we want to institute in this house. And suppose they give a very good case of why it should be that they should do these various rule changes. The homeowner acquiesces and says, okay, I'll let you do it. Pretty soon, the homeowner will start to realize that they're losing control over their home. What do you think the homeowner is going to do? The homeowner is going to find a way to try to get rid of these people because they don't want to lose control over their home. They bought the house. They bought the furniture. They bought everything that makes it their house. This is their personal space. This is what they call home. And it's being taken away from them by someone else who didn't put in the sweat equity to make the house what it is. That's going to create enormous amounts of resentment and a very violent reaction. It's comparable to what's happening now in Western Europe, America, Australia, etc. I think we have to empathize with whites and come to understand where they're coming from. And I think we have to, as a world community, come together and say, multiculturalism has to go. If you come into Western Europe, into America, into Australia, you must learn the culture. You must assimilate. You must not go by any other rules other than the ones that they have. If you do these simple things, you won't see as violent a reaction we see against immigration. This is essential if we want to make our country great again. And if you want to get rid of Trump, the best thing to do is to attack immigration, get rid of multiculturalism, and you got 80% of the problem solved. So I hope this perspective was helpful.